Ciao tifosi and welcome back to the Italian Football Talk. Today, Graham and I are going to do the preview of Italy versus Turkey in the Euro Championship starting this Friday, opening game, 8 o'clock UK time. Really excited about the game, nervous because it is the biggest of the team in our group. And Graham and I are just going to run through a quick preview, give you guys a bit of a flavour of what we think the lineup will be, the form running into this tournament, both Italy and Turkey, and our predictions of the goal line. Nice and simple, quick and easy. Get your fix, job done. So let's talk about it, Graham. So I think just looking at Italy's qualification, right? So the last time Italy won the tournament was in '68. So it's been a long time, and there's a lot of optimism with this team because Mancini, since taking reins of Italy, has played 32 games, lost two. And he's had a sensational qualification group, which is unlike Italy. Usually we just scrape it through, right, by the scruff of our teeth, right? The last, just taking my notes here, we looked at it, we had a perfect 10 out of 10, 37 goals, conceded 4 goals only in the group stages. And I think that's phenomenal. I think we were talking about this before about Italy's records. I mean, what was that one record you mentioned that you said?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been breaking records left, right, and centre when it comes to the qualifying anyway. I mean, they broke a record from the 1930s. That's how far back we're going with this stuff. 11 wins in a row, 11 consecutive wins. That was a record from the 1930s from Italy, broken under Mancini. They managed to qualify with 3 games to spare. Had 3 games left and they'd already qualified. And they'd done that by winning every single game in their group with a goal difference in the end of plus 33. Now, does that sound like your stereotypical standard Italian national team? Far from it. Goals. There is goals in this team. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it has broken that mold. And we talked about this in our previous video about Catenaccio football. That just pretty much, I don't think it's there anymore. And I think you look at Turkey, their last appearance in 2016 European Championships, they went out the group stages. But I still think they will make it out in this group because of the other two teams. And I look at the kind of warm-up matches that we played. Italy played against San Marino 7-0. You kind of take it with a pinch of salt. If you can't beat San Marino with at least 5+ goals, then, well, you've got issues, right? The last one we mentioned was Czech 4-0. Who's also competing in the Euro, so that's pretty good. I mean, personally, I think looking at Turkey, they're going to have their 5th appearance in this tournament. They've gone on a 6-match unbeaten run and having 3 clean sheets. So to me, it's going to be a tight affair. I think it's going to be a tight affair game. So
definitely. I mean, like when you think of the big dangerous teams in Euro 2020 or 2021, whatever they're calling it now, who knows with UEFA? They can't seem to keep anything right lately. And that's another story for another day. But you don't think of Turkey as one of these teams to be afraid of, but they are more than capable of being a very nasty banana peel, a very nasty slip up for anyone. When you look at their qualifying group, they had the world champions France in it. They played France twice. Not once did they get beat. And in one of those, they managed to beat France 2-0. So a clean sheet and a victory against the world champions. And the other game was a 1-1 draw. So you can't underestimate them. And then obviously during, with the whole pandemic COVID times that we're still actually currently living in case people have somehow forgotten, timestamp that one for the future historical people looking back. The World Cup qualifiers were being played in March, and Turkey's in the same group as the Netherlands. That's that's some people's dark horse. With the players that team's got, they've got some promising players. 4-2, Turkey beat them 4-2. So they are not a pushover. If they can beat France, they can beat Netherlands. You cannot underestimate them.
Yeah, I agree, and I think coming back to Italy's run and then Turkey's run. So they're both on a good run of form, right, coming into this tournament. And I think Mancini's team is all about the value in the margins, right? And what I mean by that is if you look at the defense, it's solid. Because they've got that confidence in the solid, the more attacker-minded players, they could thrive and go forward. You've got Barella going forward, Jorginho going a bit forward, Locatelli playing link-up play up front with Berardi or Chiesa. So there, I feel there will be freedom of movement up front with a solid back line that we have. So, I think it's going to be a stern test for Italy. You talk about goal machines and scoring. Chile Immobile scored 56 goals in the last 2 seasons in Serie A, right? We touched upon about his form in the last episode, but I think he scored 3 goals in his last 4 games. So I have a feeling he's on fire on international level. So
yeah, he's got a point to prove. He's got a point to prove when he puts on this shirt. Hopefully he'll prove it in this tournament. But I mean, when you're talking about goals, I mean, obviously you're Mr. Azzurri in this conversation, just for a wee bit of, I'll be covering Turkey mostly, and I'll let you, Mr. Azzurri, do most of the Italian talk. But when you're talking about goals, Turkey's got goals as well. I mean, they've got continuity as well. They've got 3 players in that Turkish national team. They all play for the same side, Lille. And Lille, in case people haven't noticed, in Ligue 1 in France, they actually won the league title. And Burak Yilmaz was their top goal scorer. He got 18 goals for that side. Underneath him, the second goal scorer was, and I'm going to butcher his name, apologies in advance, Yusuf Yazici. He got 14 for Lille. I mean, the 2 top goal scorers for that club, they went on to win the league, and they both play for Turkey. So, again, that's another threat. And when you're looking at goals, I mean, like the guy's got 18 goals. He's our main guy. The thing that Italy's probably got to hope for is he has a dry spell, especially against them. So I think if you can if you can stifle him and you can prevent him from getting space and shots on goals, I don't think there'll be that much of a threat to Italy. Now, Turkey's main strength is defensive. I mean, they are a very, very defensive side. And when you look at that team, most of the names that you come to mind are defensive players. You'll recognise them. Demiral, he's not a first-team regular for Juventus, but, he comes in and out. He managed to get 15 appearances last season for Juventus. Soincho, regular for Leicester. And again, another Lille player, Zeki Silic, and he's a first-team regular. And when you look at the results and the clean sheets for Turkey, I mean, solidly defensive.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's coupling what you're saying there, right? And let's not forget, this is the opening game, right, of the tournament. So, let's not get our hopes too high. I mean, obviously we want Italia to win, but talking about that defensive solid line that Turkey have and defensive clean sheet that Italy have, it's almost like a stalemate if you think about it, right? And it's the opening game, albeit Italy might have the slight edge because it's home turf. They're playing in front of a crowd.
Oh, yeah, home advantage counts for something.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's a tough one, I think. I mean, I think we'd be foolish to think that, that Italy will smash them, 2-3-0. There will be goals in this. I just don't think we're going to be playing. I have a feeling Italy will go up 1-0 up within the first 10, 15 minutes.
Hope so. And that'd be
ideal. Turkey will pull one back, I think. Obviously, this is all presumptions and assumptions. So if this does come true, guys,
predictions. Yeah. That's the word you're looking for. Predictions.
It's all the predictions. Yeah, I think if the game is still stale at 1-1 at half time, and you move to the 60th minute, I don't think either coach will want to risk it to lose the game, because losing the opening game is a tough one. I think they would say, you know what, we're both tough teams. I think we can cope with Switzerland and Wales either side. So if it's 1-1 come the 60th minute, I think it's going to remain that. Kind of the spoils are shared. I just can't see them risking a loss opening game.
So, you never want to lose your opening game. I mean, that just sets you up for trouble with only 2 games left, and you need to win the both games. I mean, if you finish match day 1 0 points, you're immediately panicking. But I don't see that happening for Italy. I see it being a tight game, like you said as well. I don't actually see Turkey scoring. Skipping ahead of ourselves here with the predictions, but to hell with it. I think it'll be 1-0. I think Italy will just win that game 1-0. I know we've been talking about, getting rid of stereotypes from the past, free-flowing goal scores. I mean, plus 33 from qualifying group. And here I'm sitting here going, Italy 1, Turkey 0.
Okay, so you're saying 1-0 Italy.
1-0.
I'm saying 1-1. So guys, tifosi around the world, just keep note. We'll see who's going to win this tournament, our little prediction tournament between me and Graeme. So, okay, I'm saying 1-1, just because it's the opener and because it's a tough team. And you're saying 1-0. Listen, I hope you're right, because I've won 3 points, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Turkey's going to be the main opponent, the main concern in this group for Italy.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do now is we'll have a wee look at who we think's going to be starting for Italy.
The lineup.
Yeah, the lineup. Starting for them lineup, same thing basically.
Well, what formation? Is it 4-3-3 we think it's going to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's how it usually goes. 4-3-3, I believe. That's been the game so far for Italy. So who do you think is going to be the goalkeeper? Straightforward answer for this one, I believe.
Well, yeah, Donnarumma. I think it's a no-brainer on that one.
Yeah, Gigi, the new Gigi, he's got to be in goal for Italy. And then I think we're going to have a back four. Obviously, we're talking 4-3-3 formation. Who do you think is going to be the first wing back or full back, whatever people call them nowadays? There's so many bloody names for them.
Yeah, there's so many ways I was going to say. I don't know. It's a tough one, I think, because we do have quite a few players there. But I think we'll have Florenzi. Florenzi will definitely be playing.
Yeah.
I think with his former PSG doing one of the cup run, semi-finals, I think he'll be playing there, Florenzi.
Yeah. Spinazzola on the other side of him?
Yeah, Spinazzola on the right, doing the same. So, yeah. And then probably have Bonucci, most likely.
$1 million question. Who partners Bonucci?
Do you know what? For the opening game, because it's a tight game, I know in the last game and you know, again, remember what I said in the last episode. It depends who our opponents are. And I don't think Turkey's a very pacey team. Right? They're very aggressive, very physical. So for someone like that, there's only one man for the job: Chiellini.
Yeah.
Chiellini. What do you think? I mean, I might be wrong here. Eh?
I think that's going to be your back four. I think you're going to have Florenzi and Spinazzola on the wing backs, and then you're going to have, you know, your tried and tested partnership of Chiellini and Bonucci in the middle.
It'll be
a tough game. So you need.
Physical.
I mean, they've got that chemistry as well from playing years and years together in the national team and with Juventus. So I think that's a safe bet to stick with Chiellini and Bonucci. I mean, it's going to be Chiellini's final international tournament, you would imagine. So he's going to have a point to prove, and he's going to want to go out and, you know, blaze of glory, shall we say. So I think that's your tried and tested partnership in the middle.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I'd be more than delighted to have the back four and the goalkeeper start. So now that I've spoke about the defence, let's move on to the midfield. I mean, that's an area of the pitch for Italy that's going to be spoilt for choice, really. So who's the first midfielder that you're going to go in there with?
First and foremost, I think we'll have Jorginho going in the middle of the park. He's had a fantastic season with Chelsea, and I think he'll be the one starting in the middle.
Yeah, Champions League winner. Can't go wrong with a Champions League winner, right? Sit bang in the middle of the midfield. I'm agreeing, Jorginho, because Verratti's got an injury, I believe. So you would imagine that Jorginho will be definitely starting in the centre of midfield. He's your closest thing. Well, he pretty much is a ball-playing midfielder, isn't he? So yeah, he's going to be in that role. Beside him, I would have to go with Barella. He had a phenomenal season with Inter Milan. Obviously, they're the current reigning Serie A champions. So yeah, you got to have him partnering Barella.
Yeah, Barella will definitely be partnering on the side with him. He's had an extraordinary season with Inter, and he's not doing too shabby. He scored against Czech Republic, albeit a fluke goal, but it was a fantastic goal anyway. I won't take that away. But he's a great player, Barella. He's one-touch football, his vision, his passing, his low sense of gravity on the ball. It's just I wish this guy would have wear the number 10 for me. But anyway, that's another discussion.
Yeah, it definitely looks very promising. It feels like it's been a while since we've actually had like a really promising young player for Italy. I mean, I know he's not like young, but you know where I'm going from, where just this guy appearing and then you're excited about him. So I think, you know, we've got Jorginho, we've got Barella, final midfielder in this 4-3-3 formation. Got to be Locatelli for me. He's the man that stands out to me.
Yeah, agreed. Locatelli, again, great season with Sassuolo. He's wanted by every club in Europe pretty much. But yeah, Locatelli's been great for Italy as well. So he will start up for the game tomorrow, on Friday. Yeah,
well, I mean, you know you're doing something right when you're always in the headlines for being linked with what it feels like everyone in Europe. So I have a midfield three of Locatelli, Jorginho and Barella, looking pretty damn solid to me. I'll be very happy if we get at least two out of those three starting against Turkey. So finally, we'll move on to the attack. And you're going to have a front three. So that'll be one striker and two wingers. I think we can both agree that the striker in the centre has got to be Immobile.
100%. Yeah. Scored 3 goals the last 4 international games. Like I mentioned earlier in this class that we had 56 goals in the last 2 seasons. I mean, he will be the go-to man up front. 100%.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's in better form than Belotti. I mean, Belotti was just seemed to be struggling for a while with Torino. And, you know, we spoke previously, the untested striker as well as a third option. So You know, when you've got that's your front three options as a striker position, you're going to go with Immobile every day of the week.
And then who's going to play on either side?
Again, spoiled for choice. I mean, Bernardeschi, surely. Bernardeschi, best player for the national team.
Okay, I think the left side is pretty much secure, I think. I think Insigne will be starting on the left.
Yeah. You got to start the number 10, surely.
Yeah.
When you wear that number 10 shirt, you got to start.
Yeah, so I think he will start number 10. He will start on the left. And now the question is on the right. This is a debatable one.
I already know who I'll pick. I'll be saying it first then. Chiesa. Mr. Juventus. Chiesa.
Won't be happening.
I don't think so.
Berardi will start. I'll tell you why Berardi will start. Because he has this tendency to, you know, cut in and hit on his lethal left foot. And I think with Turkey, because the defense is so solid and so, you know, it's going to be hard to break them down. I think with Berardi, the option of him going from the right, cutting into the box with his left foot and then kind of cut it in, you know, I won't be surprised. And I think, I keep saying this throughout the season, you know, we need to have trump cards. And I think Chiesa will be the trump card. I think, and don't forget for our defense, we've got Bastoni as well, right? As our trump card as well, you know, as like the fresh leg coming on, you know, strong and you know, aggressive, because it's going to be a very physical game with Turkey. But I think Berardi will start ahead of Chiesa tomorrow.
I'm going to disagree with you there. Chiesa, you got to start Chiesa. He had a phenomenal season with Juventus.
So did Berardi. Berardi had a fantastic season with
come on, there's levels. There's levels with Sassuolo and frickin' Juventus. Come on now.
But true. But the thing is, okay, so he has a scenario, just to wrap it up from our little discussion on this point on the right, because I've seen on social media, it's caused a bit of a debate. Look, we clearly are spoiled. We have Berardi and Chiesa, even Bernardeschi to a certain extent.
Bernardeschi gets left out of the conversation.
yeah. But the thing is, though, I think what will happen is if Berardi is not able to cut in like he always does and hits the boot hit the ball with his left boot, then maybe Chiesa will come in and try and break that defensive line. Because, like I said, I think Turkey will play deep. They will play a rigid 4, play man marking. There won't be any zonal game here, so there won't be spaces, and it'll be very physical. And Berardi is a small statured player. I think Chiesa has been throughout the season. Juventus got hacked down a lot, so he knows how to handle himself, right? So, yeah. But listen, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see when the lineup comes up.
We shall see. Who will it be, Berardi or Chiesa?
Who do you think will be the captain?
Oh, that is an interesting one. Jesus, Chiellini. I mean, just going by age and experience, if he starts.
If he doesn't start, if it's Acerbi, who do you think will be captain then?
Oh, jeez. Again, yeah, I mean, that seems to be the go-to when it comes to Italian club sides. I mean, if you have the oldest player and the most experienced player for that club, they usually get the armband. So, yeah, you'd imagine when you just look at the squad, I mean, Chiellini, Bonucci, they're your oldest, most experienced players in it. So, you're I say guaranteed. You would imagine you're guaranteed at least one of them starting. So, I would say either one of them's your captain. Outside that, Insigne, maybe, because he's captain for Napoli, so...
Yeah, but I think to your first comment, I think Bonucci Chiellini will be captain. It's listen, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous because it's the opening game. I hope with your prediction you went 1-0. Yeah, I hope it happens. I really do hope we get the 3 points so we can just relax, you know, at least the first game, you know, get it under our belt. But, you know, bloody excited for it, though. I can't wait.
We've been waiting for this for over a year. It's been delayed for a year, and we're finally here. 2021, waiting for Euro 2020 to finally begin.
And don't forget, the last time we played an international tournament was in 2016, so it's 5 years ago.
Oh, Jesus, man, it's that long ago.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot riding on this, right? So let's stay positive. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's hope for a fantastic tournament from Italy. It's preferably all the way to the final, but time will tell. Just get past Turkey and then we can start talking and potentially even dreaming about going deep in this tournament. Ciao for now, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.